And more about political reasons and motives of ambiguous figures in Europe and the threatened 25th Ramstein meeting, we will talk with Igor Popov, an expert at the United Ukraine think tank and an experienced politician. Greetings, Mr. Igor.
Good day.
It's very nice to have you in our studio. And today I would like to talk about Europe because it seems to be divided. Orban and Fico promote Russian-Chinese narrative, while the leaders in Brussels have a firm pro-Ukrainian position. Let's once again talk about why Hungarian and Slovak leaders play in hand with basically the enemies of Europe right now.
Well, for sure, leaders of Slovakia and Hungary have their own opinion on many European issues, including values. That's why maybe war in Ukraine is one additional topic which gives them opportunity to demonstrate their special position. But for sure, in Ukraine, public are offended to hear proposals about possible compromise with Russia or criticism of any Western assistance, military and economical assistance to Ukraine. And unfortunately, sometimes Hungary and Slovakia use their veto right in some votings. And that's why we have delays in receiving such assistance.
Yes, and yesterday we had an attempted attack on Viktor Orban by, as they say, an opposition politician of Hungary. It is demonstrating us that tensions are rising. Mark Rutte, the new Secretary General of NATO, has declared that Ukraine is going through its hardest winter right now of the war, the third one winter, and we have Orban who is practically saying the opposite. Rutte says Ukraine has to win on the front line, and Orban says it is impossible to win Russia on the battlefield. Do you think that this divide will continue to evolve, or there will be some kind of an agreement between Orban and Brussels?
For sure, we will not support any violence in politics because politicians have a lot of any other leverages about political discussions and how to promote their arguments. But yes, we have many challenges in Ukraine, in military sphere, in energy, and we need consolidation among our allies, and we need deep understanding who is the root of all these problems and what solutions could be proposed and made to protect Ukrainian civilians from missiles attack and from destroying Ukrainian energy infrastructure.
Well, the winter is coming, and we hope that NATO will finally make a decision to either provide Ukraine with more air defense or to finally shoot down Russian missiles and drones that are crossing the NATO border. And speaking about NATO, the Ramstein number 25, which had to be symbolic and special, is in danger. First, Joe Biden cancelled his visit, and now Secretary Blinken announced the same. Even Chancellor of Germany Scholz is worried about that. Do you think we can expect the meeting to be postponed? And is there some back motive about this delay in the meeting?
We expected very important meeting in Ramstein military base, and they were already announced that leaders from dozens of countries will come together with the ministries of foreign affairs and ministries of defense. That's why we expected that such high representation will discuss not only everyday issues about military supply, but we expected more deeper discussion about regional security. President Zelensky team has developed a victory plan for Ukraine, and our president presented this plan in New York in General Assembly to several Ukrainian allies, first of all to United States. And in this upcoming meeting in Ramstein, we planned to present victory plan to all other countries and to discuss very specific proposals how to improve Ukrainian position. Unfortunately, we will not have this week this Ramstein meeting, but I don't see any hidden agenda because when I contact my colleagues in United States, they prove that hurricane is very important issue and it's really danger. That's why American citizens wouldn't understand when leadership will leave country in such important way. So we see that without personal presence of American delegation, the meeting will be postponed. There is one interesting option to organize such meeting, or at least similar meeting. Next week there will be a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels on 17th and 18th of October. So it would be good occasion to organize at the same time a Ramstein meeting and to discuss regional security issues.
Well, that's an interesting point because I've seen some publications that the hurricane is really intense in the U.S. and it might be a political gesture to support the people of the country from the leadership of the United States. And thank you, Mr. Popov. That was really insightful and interesting conversation. Thank you for joining our studio and have a nice day. Hope to see you again.